Welcome, Conjurers, I'm Dicebag, and this is my solo campaign for Crytures, my monster collecting tabletop RPG. My party just cleared out a dungeon, and last episode, they rummaged through any container they could find, then brought their loot back to camp. Now I get to test out some rules for identifying magic items, and then we'll have the team head back to town. Alright, so I've taken some time in between sessions off screen to total up some of the stuff they've been pulling out of the ruin here, and honestly, these guys came out like bandits. Their total value of what I totaled up is a little over 4,000 cash worth of loot that they pulled out of that ruin. And frankly, that's a lot, especially for their levels. I was not expecting it to be that high, so also, well, considering the size of the ruin, the actual amount that they pulled out might not be such a bad thing. However, they're fairly low-level guys, like this is just their second or third missions that they've been on, so maybe they shouldn't have been able to deal with that mid-sized ruin as easily as they did. And that's something I'm going to be addressing with some of the rules changes I'm working on. But in light of that, one thing I want to do, actually, well, we gone ahead and refilled everybody's. Everybody's kind of had their fill of food, gotten some water. They're back at the camp with the tribesfolk and having a nice rest in a fairly nice, comfortable surroundings. They're not gonna need to be making checks for roughing it out in the wilderness, since they got a nice established tribesman camp that they can hang out with. But since we are hanging out with the tribesmen, I thought it would be a good idea to give them a little something for letting these guys stay with them and kind of mooch off them while they were investigating these ruins. So in that vein, we're going to go ahead and give them the most valuable thing that we pulled out of the ruins, which happens to be the Poleaxe of Power Pulse 1. Which is not a super high level item, but on its own, like, that'll reduce their total, like, amount of stuff they got by a bit. They'll still make it out of here with more than like 1,000 cash apiece, which is pretty damn good. But that'll keep them from being a little too OP compared to the others. So yeah, that's gonna be how we wrap this one up. All we need to do for now is to get back to the town, and that'll wrap up this little adventure here. Then I think what I'm going to do is I'll probably send out another scouting expedition to fill in this side of the map. Maybe even check out this little gap here. This one that's not filled in because I haven't had anybody go through it and explore it. But we're going to fill out a bit of the map and see what we can find out in here. Because as it stands, I need to get more footage out here, but a lot of the dungeon exploration rules really need to be overhauled, rejiggered, reconfigured, changed, something like that. I got some ideas, but they need to be fleshed out. So we're gonna go ahead and just go exploring next time with another different team. And then when we find whatever we find there, we will, go and investigate afterward. But for now, we just need to get these guys home, and that's the last thing. And that should be a fairly simple thing to do. They didn't have much trouble getting out here, so we just have to make sure that everything goes kosher on their way back. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and have Flory be our navigator. She's going to make a navigation roll. And what do we got? 4, 6, 8, 7, 6, 7. And the difficulty, we're going through 2 spaces. So the difficulty is going to be 7. It's 5 plus the number of spaces. So we score, let's see, an 8, 7, and a 7. So that's 3 successes. We have no problem. Especially with the compass, which I've remembered to pack this time. We have no problem getting through here. So, we just need to check to make sure we don't get attacked or anything. So let's see. We are moving through... What is that? The wet woods? Wet woods. Let's get the wet woods up here. Let's make ourselves an encounter roll. 10! Oh, that's an encounter. Okay, that means we need to check to see if they notice them. Alright, they are aware of the creatures. Now let's go ahead and see what the nature of these creatures are. 2, 3, and 6. 2, 3, and 6. Okay. We have Nardians. Let's see, let's pull up Nardians. I think this is the first time we've encountered these things. Yeah, there are these little guys. And let's see. Hostility is only 5, and we rolled for their hostility at -1. They are just traveling through, so they're not super hostile. They're not gonna attack us if we don't go out of our way to meet them. So we could just pass them by. On the other hand, this is the first time I've encountered these things. And these guys are flush with binding crystals and fresh out of the gate. This might be a chance where we can actually get some extra loot out of it. So it might be a good idea to actually engage these guys and do some creature hunting. On the other hand, let's see, it is a pack size of 6. So it's not a small group, but we do have, a full team. We probably can handle them. And the only question is if there's any bigger ones with them. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's engage this pack of creatures. Alright, so I realized when setting up this fight that I did not have the Nardian family put into Roll20 yet, so I have gone and done that. That took a bit of time, but we've done it now. We only need to do it once, now we're ready for next time. But, yeah, we've got a pack of 6. One of them is a big guy. This is a Sanctusk. Can't see him very well. Can't get close enough. Anyways, he looks like this over on the side here. He's a big one. He's not super strong, but he is big. And the thing we're going to do, how we're going to approach this, since we are engaging them, we are the aggressors here, we're going to have all our guys summon an extra creature. So we can be sure we're gonna make it through this without any big casualties, and we'll just double team these 3 with the creatures while these guys work on binding these. And they are pretty beefy dudes. They've got like 50 hit points, which when turned down to the battle montage level still requires 10 successes to defeat. So these guys are pretty beefy, and that means we're going to not be taking any chances. So, let's see. First off, we're probably going to put Clayman on the big one right here. And let's see. Let's see, what kind of things are they vulnerable and resistant to? Aberrant, martial, and poison? I wonder what Squumper has. Does Squumper have martial attacks? He does. He does have martial attacks. Okay, so we'll put him on the big one with Clayman. Actually, wait a second. He's one of the more beefier ones. We probably need to put him over here. Toxid, on the other hand, also has an advantage for being poison type. They are weak to poison. And unfortunately, their celestial nature nullifies any kind of, what do you call that? Fire attacks, so they don't suffer from that. We can put Cheapy in here, and I think that will work out for us. Cheapy might go down again. We're just... Actually, now that I think about it, it's a bad idea to put Cheapy in the front lines there. You know what? Cheapy's gonna back up. Toxid is pretty beefy. He's chunky. He can take a beating. So that should work out for us. We got the beefier guys up front. And then these three will just take their time. They shouldn't be in too much danger going one-on-one with these things. And the rest we should be able to take care of. So here's what we're going to do. If you haven't seen the battle montage, what we're going to do is just roll attacks for the players, and then whatever's left over remains as damage dealt back to them, and we continue that until the enemies flee or everybody dies, or one side dies. So yeah, here we go. We are going to use, let's see, we'll just go with this. You know, we'll go with the orb for Philip here. Good old orb. Let's see, what are we looking for? Nardians. Evasion -1. So he's got 5. That means we need to hit a 4. We got 6, 2, 4, 7, 9, 4, 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. Not bad. Not bad, Philip. Problem with these guys is that even if I get them down, even if I deal a good chunk of damage to them, they might be out of range for taking the binding crystal. So we'll have to worry about that when we get to it. But Flori up next. Let's see, she'll obviously keep up with the bow shenanigans. And let's see, she's going against deflection, which is a little higher. Deflection is 6 for these guys, so she needs to hit that. She rolls 5, 5, 10, 8, 7, 2, 3. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hits, not as good. These guys are pretty chunky, unfortunately. And let's see. Kristoff is gonna take his great axe to this guy. Let's see, against deflection again, we get 8, 7, 1, 8, 7, 5, 2. So that's another 4 hits. Alright. Now, let's see. Clayman is gonna bring out the Rigid Slam and bring his fist down on this thing's head. Let's see, he's bigger and beefier and has higher defenses, so let's see. Deflection is 8, that's a lot. He rolls 1, 8, 5, 3, 6, 9, 7. So that's only like 2 hits. But Cheapy's coming in, let's see. Cheapy's just gonna bring out the regular old... Or should he... You know what? I don't know what these do off the top of my head. Cheapy, what are your powers like? Hold up. Let's see, Nibble. Peck is probably the way to go with this guy. Let's peck through that armor. Let's see, he gets deflection -1 in his calculations, so we only need to hit a 7. He rolls 1, 10, 10, 6, 6, 1, 2. So the 10s count double, so he only scores 4. Not super high. This thing is beefy, man. But yeah, let's see. Squumper here can use some powers that they're weak against, so he's going to go with a Shield Bash, which is Martial. And that'll get a +2 roll modifier. And let's see, that's going against Deflection, which is a 6, so with the +2 he only needs a 4. He rolls 8, 2, 8, 7, 7, 8, 10. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 hits. And then Psychic comes in with the Space Wrinkles. And he's going against Evasion, so he needs a 5. We roll 2, 9, 7, 3, 8, 5, 10. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That guy goes down. And let's see. Next up, we have Toxid. Toxid is going to launch out some billowing fumes at this guy here. And let's see. We're hitting Evasion again, so 5. We have... Actually, he has a +2, so he only needs a 3. And we have 3, 10, 8, 1, 10, 9. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 hits. And Torpal is going to blast him with some flares. Let's see. Going against Evasion again, so a 5, no bonus. Roll 3, 4, 8, 1, 10, 5. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hits. Alright. So that guy's down too. So now we can shift some things around. See, here's the predicament, right? Actually, before we shift things around, we need to calculate damage. So this guy is... Let's see. For damage, what we do each round is we take whatever stat they're using for their attacks, which in this case would be Strength, which is 5, and then add the class level that they're using, which is a 1 in this case. So we're dealing 6 damage per, whatever you call these things, per task. And let's see, so we take 4 times 6, so that's 24 damage. See, here's where the problems come in. He just took a lot of damage because we're trying to go easy on this thing. And, let's see, this thing has even more. This thing's 36. Yeah, that thing hit back hard. This is why we usually don't go easy on these things, but we're taking a risk here. So let's see, this thing, of course, deals another 36. So these guys definitely need to, they only have 1 turn left. So we are definitely going to back them up with the creatures, the other creatures. So we'll have Squumper back up Flory because that's hers. And then we'll just do it like so. We'll reinforce this. Actually, let's pull Torpal over here just to make sure we finish off the big guy. Oh, also, the big guy, he gets to deal damage. And how much damage does he deal exactly? He has 2 in his levels, by the way. And he has a strength of 6, so he's dealing 8 damage per task. So what the hell is 8 times 6? 48? 48 damage? That almost took Clayman out. You see, these battle montage encounters can still take their toll, even if it's a simplified version, and kind of favors your people. If you don't go at it strategically, it's gonna do some bad things to you. So let's see, we're gonna have to pull through here. So Philip is gonna shoot his shot. He's gonna take out the lesser binding crystal. Does not look good. Let's see. Oh, that's right, I changed it a little bit. Binding +3 versus danger +5. So danger is only 1, so we're looking at a 6 as the thing we need to hit. Unfortunately, we only get 2 successes. That is a shame. We needed 4. That was a high bar to hit. And actually, I don't think these other guys even have a chance with needing 6. That sucks. Yeah. Wait a second. This guy needs backup. I forgot about that. You know what? We're gonna back him up even more. I should have done that before. I didn't think. Alright, so here we're gonna go. Torpal, bring up the flares. And we're looking at evasion, which is 5, 6, 1, 1, 10, 8, and 2 is what he rolls. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hits. Okay, he's down. Alright, now Flory, I don't think she even has enough binding skill to actually have a chance at finishing this guy off, so she's just gonna have to take her chance with the regular bow. Let's see. Shooting for 6, deflection, 9, 9, 1, 10, 10, 4, and 8 is what she rolls. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, she managed to take it down with a couple critical hits. And let's see. Kristoff. He again probably doesn't stand a chance of binding this thing, so we're gonna take the Great Axe to it. Soften it up even more. Ooh, I rolled 2 1s, but he's a skilled melee combatant, so that's not a big deal. I think he has 3 melee. Yeah. The reason I'm looking that up is because if you roll more 1s than you have in the skill, then that's a crit fail and you break your weapon. But let's see. For deflection, we're hitting 6 is what we need. We got 1, 1, 7, 6, 8, 7, 9. We roll 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hits. Still needs 1 more, which Toxid will probably be able to deliver. Oh yeah, that's 9, 8, 8, 8, 3, 5. That's definitely some hits. So that's us down to 0. Alright. Clayman, bringing down the rigid slam on his tusks. Ooh. We still have to hit a very high deflection here of 8. So we roll 1, 5, 8, 8, 3, 6, 2. So that's only 2 hits. That's a shame. GP, on the other hand, is a little more positioned to deal with this. Oh, man. He only hits 1. He gets 4, 6, 4, 2, 1, 2, and 7. And the 7 is only because his attack ignores 1 deflection. Clayman is going down, dude. Clayman is going down. Also, I need to knock off a binding crystal from what's his name, Philip. Let's see, there it is. Okay, 2. All right. These things are all knocked out. We only have the big one left. Actually, I should have been rolling for morale too. Anyways, we know what happens. Clayman gets knocked out in his fight with that thing. Clayman's down. Let's see. Does Clayman have the bodyguard? He does have the bodyguard feature, so he does not gain enmity from being knocked out. So that's good. But let's see. Let's take a look. Where is the encounters when you run that? Some of my rules are scattered between different things of notes. Okay, there it is. We roll pack size versus 10 minus highest danger. So highest danger is 3, I believe, for Sanctusk. Yeah, and we only roll 1 die because there's only 1 of them left. He rolls the 7. Okay, he stays to fight. That means this might turn out to our advantage after all. Alright, the question is, who gets to it first? They only need to score 1 success to bind the big guy. So let's see. Let's roll initiative for these guys and see who gets to it first. Okay, Flory outflanks these guys massively. Philip rolled 14, Flory rolled 41, Kristoff rolled 18, so she is more than twice as fast as them. They're going to kind of line up and surround this guy. And one of them at least should be able to bind this big one. So let's go ahead and launch the binding crystal here. Let's see. Danger plus 5. Danger is 3, so we need to get an 8, and she rolls 8, 3, 2, and 6. That is 1 success. Good job, Flory. You bound the big guy. Well, that was a good use of extra time. I thought we were going to walk away empty-handed after this, but we managed to nab a pretty hefty ally in this. So that'll be good for these guys later on. Flory has got herself a nice little guy. Now let's see. We'll have to do it off screen. Alright, now as you can see, whenever we capture a new creature, what we have to do, one of the first things we do is roll for the nature of it. So we're going to do that right now. I usually do this off screen, but we're just doing it on the fly. So we rolled a 3. What that means is this Sanctusk is calm. So good job, Flory. You got yourself a calm Sanctusk. And that'll be especially useful for Flory because this thing can be used as a mount. She can ride this thing around. Nice. So let's see. I think that's about all we need to do. I think we are ready to just move on and say we're good. We made it back to civilization after this. We didn't roll any failures on navigation, so we can just head back. We do want to refresh ourselves, though. That's an important thing. So we're gonna knock off... No, wait. Not that. We're gonna knock off a point of stamina to refill health. And then Kristoff is gonna have to spend a mana to refill Clayman back to full health. And we're good. So yeah, they made it back with quite a haul. Luckily they were loaned a hand cart by the let's see, the League of Magi to bring all their loot back to town, and now they're gonna have a look at it and they can keep it, sell it, do whatever, and we'll deal with that off screen. But that'll be the conclusion of this little arc, which has been a fairly long one. And I learned a lot from this one. We're gonna have to take the things I learned and reapply them, because I got some ideas and I think they're gonna be pretty nice. So we'll see you with that one after we do a little more exploring. We still gotta do that. Alright, I'm gonna wrap up the episode here. Thanks for watching, and since you made it this far, don't forget to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But most importantly, leave me some feedback in the comments. The game is still in development, so I'd like to hear what people think. And if you want to see more, I've got all these sessions on a playlist that you can watch back to back. There's also a bunch of links in the description for other places that you can find creatures. So, until next time, farewell, conjurers, and may you walk the waking dream.